Yo, this Freddie G. Another episode of School of Hard Knocks. Hey man, hey, this weekend was something special, man. Cause we got to witness a lot of stuff, college football that a lot of people, a lot of upsets, and a lot of controversy too. We're gonna get into that. It ain't gonna be a long episode tonight. But coming to you live on a Sunday. Uh, you know, this 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 week I told a lot of people that this weekend was possibly one of the most likely weekends to have a lot of upsets. Um, because a lot of teams could have lost early on too. Cause we had a close call towards the end. Pretty much, it was a well competitive game between Missouri and Alabama. But a lot of teams they fought. I think the game of the day, to be honest with you, was the Auburn Georgia game. That game was pretty gritty. That's a weird place to play at, man. I swear I hate playing at Jordan Hare because it's like bad voodoo. Uh, a lot of weird stuff be happening. Like Nick Saban said, it's probably one of the only places where he got a losing record at, which is crazy. The greatest college football coach of all time said that, Jordan Hare. So it's a little weird place to play at, man. But Auburn came to play. I gotta give it to him as much as I hate him. They uh they came and played against Georgia, man. And Georgia, they pretty much like they always, which is consistent with them. They always start off slow and then just, they just go on. They find a way to win. Um Unfortunately for them, fortunately for us, it didn't work against us. Like they came back, but we big boy them pretty much. But look, Georgia, they got some opponents down the road that they gotta play. Let's see if they can keep the same. Cause at some point they starting off slow, it can only get you so far. Cause like Texas, I'm gonna get to them here soon too. But Texas, you gotta play Texas, you gotta play Ole Miss. Like, I mean, the gauntlet ain't over yet for Georgia. Neither is us. Everybody got a gauntlet. So, gritty win for Georgia. They got it done. Now, it was a point in the game where when Kirby, it seemed like Kirby was calling the timeout. And if you look at it closely, he kind of was got. If somebody sent a clip, it showed him calling the timeout. Then he went to go tell the ref, like the ref was gonna let him get a timeout, but then he told the ref he wasn't calling a timeout. He was just like clapping his hands, and I'm like, huh? Because I don't think I was watching that play like in real time, but like I went back and see some clips, and it definitely looked like Kirby called the timeout. So he got away with that one. That's smart on his part. I gotta give him that. As fucked up as it is, I like it. But look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If there was a couple plays the referees have missed anyway. Like the SEC officiating the last couple years has been so horrendous. It's an issue that has to be fixed. Like it has to be fixed. Cause there's been so many calls in a lot of, not just that game, but a lot of other games in the past couple years, my team included, and every other team including the SEC, there's been non-calls or calls that was very questionable. Like the SEC should like do a better job at officiating. That's all I got to say on that matter. But like I said, man, Georgia, like I think they said at one point Auburn had a touchdown, but they didn't. I think they fumbled it or something like that. I'm not too sure. But it was crazy. It was a crazy game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't too much care for neither team. They really just fighting for the little brother spot. So, but it is what it is at that point. Um, and another team that went down that I enjoyed watching go down was Oregon. Oregon and Indiana, they played, which is like, they Indiana was ranked number 7. But at the same time, Oregon, that I was having this discussion with one of my friends earlier. I mean, early that day. He had like on Facebook, he had posted, "Does Oregon ever like play anybody?" And I said, "Nope." I commented, "Nope." Then he said, "How they are so ranked so high?" And I was like, I had to think about that. Like this team don't play nobody. This team don't play nobody. And so like by this point, you gotta like think like you gotta start asking yourself or asking the committee, shouldn't strength of schedule matter? Cause they play like okay, they beat Penn State, but damn, how good is Penn State? Cause they lost like 3 in a row. I mean, it started with y'all. Y'all beat them first, but they continue to lose. So were they really a good team? As I've been saying for the last year or two, no. Penn State are frauds. So hey, Indiana ended up beating Indiana beat Oregon, and it was a close game, but at the same time, man, Dan Lanning, he's a good coach. I'm not going to discredit that. He's a phenomenal coach. You know, he did a great job there at that university, and at the time because Georgia had already lost their 33 game win home streak at home ended by us. I think at that time, like for that up until today, I think Oregon had the longest win streak at home. I'm not sure what year it was, but they was like at the time the leading, you know, home streak winner. And I'm gonna get to them too. Missouri had like the second win longest win streak at home, but we ended that too. So we ended two home streaks in the same year. Think about that. As an Alabama fan, we ended Georgia's home streak win, and we ended Missouri's home streak win. Ended both of those. And then just so happened Oregon lost their home game winning streak when they lost in Eugene. When they lost against to Indiana at home. So yeah, man. It's very intriguing. Like intriguing. It's very funny if you think about it. So I wouldn't even call it an upset, but even though that Oregon was ranked higher, but you know, we know it was gonna come at some point. And another team that lost Sunday, I mean Saturday, Texas versus Oklahoma, which was the Red River Shootout. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I know I gave people shit because I told 2 weeks ago that Florida was gonna beat Texas. But I went ahead and said this too. And I think I said it on my previous stream that Texas was gonna beat Oklahoma. Texas was gonna beat Oklahoma and they was gonna Oklahoma was gonna drop. Which I was right. So Texas up two in the last two. Well, no, cause they won the year before. I think they 2-1. They won last year and they won this year. Oklahoma won in 2023. So yeah, I mean, look, Texas got a good defense, man. You know, you can't discredit that at all. Archie had a good game. The game started off pretty slow, but at the end you could tell that Texas had an upper hand over Oklahoma. And so we seen some holes in Oklahoma's offense and defense at that point. But look, gotta give it to Texas, man. They back in the top 25. They still gotta play Georgia. They still gotta play Texas A&M. So I mean, they still got a chance to make it to the playoff, possibly the SEC championship. So you know, um, and for my guy, and I hate it for him though, cause like I said. Even though Michigan beat our ass last two, like they beat us twice in 1 year. I don't too much like got no hatred to them. They're a decent team. But man, my boy 3K man, my boy 3K and Alex. Uh, that team lost against Michigan. Michigan Wolverines lost to the USC team, California. I can't even say their name. But look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what that problem was, what Michigan problem is, I think they got an issue of being like they don't change up their plays or be consistent with other plays. Cause it's always like run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. Like at some point you gotta like change it up. You gotta change it up at some point to make a better attempt at like throwing off the other team. Cause you can't keep on having the same thing. They're gonna figure you out. Like they know what you're gonna do, and they're gonna set up schemes for it. So you gotta be better like strategy at that. So I don't know how long, because if you lose another one, I don't know how much longer the dude gonna be here. I think if he end up beating Ohio, if Michigan end up beating Ohio State again for the 6th year in a row, which is crazy, I think he might end up still keeping his job. But I think they banking off if he end up losing. Well, either if he loses a game before that, for sure he gonna get fired before the end of the season. But they're betting on if he end up beating Ohio State, then they might they probably like, okay, we can look past that, yeah, because you beat the reigning champion. Uh, so they got that going on, but also, and I gotta get to it, man, because it's the end of the James Franklin era in Penn State. Uh, former former head coach at Penn State, James Franklin, was released earlier from his duties. Which I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see this coming. I really didn't, because last week I said, man, they got to pay like 50. They got to pay like a lot of money. I think it was like 56 million or something to that degree. And I'm like, damn, I don't think they're gonna do that. But I mean, they had. I guess I didn't see them losing this many games in a row. Like I knew they were frauds. I knew they were sorry. I knew they was gonna lose. I know they was gonna lose another one. But I ain't know it was gonna be this soon. Like, damn, dude. Dude took 3 ass whoopers in like three weeks in a row. He done took some major beatings. Like he done lost to Northwestern, bro. That's crazy. That's hilarious, bro. So I like I said, bro, it's the end of the James Franklin era in Penn State. I don't know what he's finna get into or what he's finna do now. Um, somebody said that Michigan's gonna fire Sharon Moore, then put they was gonna hire James Franklin. I said that'd be some asinines if they do that. That'd be some total asinines. But hey bro, it's been funny, man. I ain't gonna lie, watching like all these like James bro, James Franklin, Sharon Moore, uh Hugh Freeze, like watching them all get like all catching ills all in the same week is hilarious, bro. No shade to my bros, man, but damn, bro. And that's not even the icing on the cake. Like the funniest part is like this clown ass James, not James Franklin. He a clown too, but this clown ass this Mike Norville. This dude is a character, bro. Like, okay, so like earlier this week, he went on and said that and I might be paraphrasing, but he said that everybody's talking about Alabama now. Alabama all of a sudden good. But that was good when we beat it. He said it could have been a lot worse. Like, yeah. I mean, look, that was like I said, week one. Jam Miller wasn't even playing. I'm not the one that's gonna make excuses. We lost. It is what it is. But I know one thing, what have you done for me lately has been very, very, very relevant. And since then, we've been kicking ass and taking names. We done beat 3 ranked opponents within our conference that were unbeaten at home, mind you. Like we beat Georgia at home, we beat Missouri at home, like at their place, and we beat Vanderbilt at our place. All 3 were ranked opponents, and you, Mr. Mike clown ass Norvell, have lost to Virginia, lost to Miami, which was a good team, but they already know that y'all was gonna get exposed because y'all lost to Virginia on an unranked team. Then y'all lost to Pittsburgh. Y'all lost to Pittsburgh, bro. Like, come on, bro. Not Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh college team. Hey, y'all season over with, bro. Y'all season is over with. All that talking y'all was doing is over with. Y'all have no chance of making the college football playoffs. You damn sure ain't got a chance of making y'all's conference championship playoff. Like, come on, bro. It's over with for Florida State. Y'all game plan was to beat Alabama. Y'all playing this whole summer, this whole offseason to get ready to play Alabama. But y'all couldn't beat anybody in y'all conference. Y'all couldn't beat any of these other teams. Y'all got some more L's coming. That's what's gonna be beautiful about it. Y'all so sorry, bro. And I hate it almost angers me that we lost. It was clearly now it's a fluke that y'all beat us. It clearly shows on both sides. That was a fluke. But it angers me how sorry it kind of make me feel good, but also angers me how sorry y'all is though. Like y'all so sorry. We lost a sorry team like y'all, but damn though. It ain't just that aspect. I just hate seeing such a team that's so sorry. Like, yeah, bro, that's how y'all are. Y'all trash. But anyway, we lost to that trash. That's what you gonna say. We beat Alabama. Yeah, we beat Alabama. That's literally our championship. Like literally. Nothing else. Trash, bro. But anyway, congrats to Mike Norvell with another loss. Y'all got plenty more coming. You might be fired too, which would be even more hilarious than that. I'm hoping a lot of coaches get. I mean, I hate to say that, but then again, like kick rocks. Hugh Freeze, hey, he ain't too far. He ain't too far from the hot room. Uh, Mike Norvell, my boy Billy Napier, like all these dudes, bro. Like Sharon Moore, all these dudes are on the hot. Like what KB be saying, the hot seat. They all on that, man. They close to they close. Their job is really like they seen what happened to James Franklin. Hell, they literally just seen what happened to James Franklin. So man, it's gonna start. It's October. Like I told y'all in the other stream. It's gonna start getting spooky. It's gonna start getting spooky, bro. No cap at all. So yeah, man. Speaking of Florida, Florida played Texas A&M. It was a good game at first. Texas A&M ended up pulling away, and I think Texas A&M, like Texas A&M, I'm glad we ain't playing them this season. But you know, they're one of those good teams that's like, you know, they kind of. I'm not sure if they peaked yet, but they're right there though. You know, I'm not sure who they got to play, who else they got to play. I don't really look at their schedule for real, but I think they got to play Ole Miss at some point. If I'm mistaken. So, and Ole Miss got to play Georgia next weekend, so that's gonna be another good game. Ole Miss versus Georgia. Now last year Ole Miss ended up beating Georgia, which I predicted. I predicted Ole Miss was gonna beat Georgia last year. So we're gonna see if Kirby Smart. I don't think them they starting off slow. Shit gonna work too much for. But then again, you know, I think it's gonna be at Georgia. So you never know. But Lane Kiffin, that's what I love, man. Lane Kiffin versus Kirby Smart. Two Nick Saban disciples playing against each other. Two of the same staff members on the legendary 2015, 2016 staff. Like those two playing against each other, man. Saturday night. Well, it ain't gonna be Saturday night. They're playing Saturday because we gonna play. I think it's Alabama and Tennessee gonna play Saturday night, and I'm going to that game. I'm gonna be live and in person in Tuscaloosa, and I'm gonna tell you that stadium is gonna be rocking. It's gonna be rocking. So that's gonna be a good game. Alabama and Tennessee. Tennessee, I think Alabama and Tennessee they 2-2 in the last 4 years. So this the hopefully the tiebreaker. But we was beating their ass 15 years in a row anyway, up until 2023. You know, they beat Nick Saban. You know, they finally beat Nick Saban. But, you know, Auburn got more wins a lot of these teams against Nick Saban than like, you know, if you think about it, which is crazy and sad. But I ain't say credit. Gotta give him a little bit of credit. Gus Malzahn beat Alabama 3 times between 2013 and 2019. Wow. Tennessee has only beaten Alabama up until, you know, he retired because he was in there last year. Tennessee beating Alabama once. LSU beating Alabama 2010, 2000. LSU beat Alabama twice. No, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. They tied Auburn. So they ain't too bad. Because they beat us in 2011. They beat us in 2010. And they beat us in 2019. So that's 3. Then South Carolina beat us once with Nick Saban. Man, that's crazy. Georgia on the beating Alabama twice. 08. Well, no, hold on. I think they said 08. Yeah, 08. No, 07 and 2000, 2021. Okay, that's accurate. So yeah, man. Nick Saban pretty much, even though he owned the SEC, he pretty much owned college football, period. But he owned the SEC. That's his little like his children, pretty much. Auburn has Auburn has done a lot more than these other teams. Well, no, I ain't gonna say that because LSU won championship. They done won a championship during that time, even after Auburn. Auburn ain't won but one championship. And then that's another thing I gotta get into. So last night was also the ceremonious jersey retirement of Cam Newton for the Auburn Tigers. And I gotta say, man, a lot of these people, like I gotta give credit, man. He was a great athlete. Don't get me wrong. Cam Newton was a tremendous athlete but I mean, he won you a championship, of course, but a lot of y'all fans can't get out the past. Like y'all still stuck in 2010. Like Auburn fans, they still think it's 2010 if you let them tell it. Oh man, I remember we had Cam Newton, man. Cam Newton, and then all of that, like it's Cam Newton in the kick six. That's the only thing Auburn fans like. That's all they know. That's all they love for. That's all they love for. Cause they know deep and damn well, cause you can look at that profile picture right there, that they're not gonna be able to have any success like that man right there. You see all the rings? Auburn can claim all the titles they want to. We know in reality that they're the little brother. They're the bum ass team in Alabama. Cause they can never beat a team in Alabama. They want to beat us. They want to beat us so bad. So it was kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie to you. At the time when they won that championship, I mean, it was kind of weird, for sure. But we seen what happened like shortly afterwards. We went back to back. We went back to back. We could have won a three-peat, but that little shit that y'all pulled off that year, that little shit that y'all pulled off, congratulations. Even though y'all got mollywopped in the championship game, at the end. Like, it was beautiful. I was going for that's the only time I was ever going for Florida State sorry ass. Even though they had Jameis Winston. Was when they played Auburn. I was going for Jameis Winston so bad. You could call it hate all you want to. But you know, it is what it is. You know? A lot of these teams, even when we play like in a championship game, let's say we play like Alabama play Georgia. Oh, I'm gonna go for Georgia. You be an Auburn fan. I'm gonna go for Georgia. You say it's the SEC, but then they get mad. But then they bring up, well, when we played Oregon, y'all was going for Oregon. Like, bro, I mean, come on, dude. Y'all the inferior little team. That y'all are not like that at all. So, man, I ain't gonna shit on dude parade, but yeah, like I said, man, these fans gotta like give up that 2010 shit up. Like, dude, it's been 15 years ago. 2010, I was in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade. Like, come on now. And now I'm almost pushing 30. And people still like to live, like they still feel like they love to live in that year because of that Cam Newton. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I mean, damn, bro. You have to pass. But anyway, man, controversial game between those two, Auburn and Georgia. But Georgia ended up staying afloat. Now the rankings came out today. I thought we was gonna be probably like a spot higher, but we came in at number 6, which is all I guess okay. We beat another ranked opponent, so that's all that matters at home at their place. So that's good quality win. It should be good on our resume. Now we gotta play Tennessee at home. Like I said, man, I'm gonna be there, and I'm hoping that like the stadium be rocking, like the whole. I hope everybody, like all the fans, come and like be there for the team, which I know they will. So, man, this game gonna be kind of going. This is gonna be a good weekend once again in college football. Not just with us, 'cause a lot of these teams that's playing gonna be good. So it's gonna be probably a possible another shakeup. A possible another shakeup. But no, that's it for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and head out, man. This Freddie G, School of Hard Knocks. I'm gonna be back with y'all again. Probably another episode this week. I'm out. Peace.